Hello guys, we are here at the Fantasy Flight Games event center, kind of across the street. We have lead designer Lukas Litzsinger of Star Wars Destiny. We have Destiny products in front of us, and what's about to happen is a two-part video series. Zach and Lukas are going to open some booster packs in front of the camera. We're giving them 6 each. They're going to take a starter set of their choosing. They're going to alter that starter set, make a new deck. Then the second part is going to be a game between Lukas and Zach to see who did the best job. Now we're going to allow them to trade in between as well, so this is going to be really fun. So guys, start off.
Can I go? Please.
Let's just really appreciate. Let's appreciate. Can we get this in front of the camera? Let's just appreciate
an entire box.
This is the first entire box of Destiny that we have seen. Other than that, it's just been the occasional cards, the images online, those kinds of things. This is what it looks like. That's a full booster box. And Zach, why don't you dive in? I've got a really good feeling about what might be in here. I think
first box, first pack.
The last time this has happened was what? Like how long ago has it been since?
I was probably a decade. I was probably 16, 17.
Over 10
last
years
time
ago.
I opened the box.
That's incredible. Now, Lukas, you probably opened a ton of these boxes.
So this is the box.
Oh yeah, all the time, every day. You know, I wake up in the morning, crack open.
See what you're supposed to do here. Oh,
no, definitely not. It's always exciting to open packs.
Crack open a box.
I want to open it. I'm gonna open it the proper way.
Okay, do it. Be nice. Be gentle.
That's right. You got to respect the box.
Calm it down. We've got some nice fan art that I'm enjoying in the meantime. Looks good.
Got Vader on the other
side. How are you
side.
feeling about Destiny overall?
I'm feeling good. I'm really excited. I can't wait till people can get their hands on boxes and packs and
actually get to
start cracking them open and see what they kind of start building.
Okay, there's
the set.
There's a pack.
All right, is that your pack?
Right, so here's what I'm gonna do. You want to go first or second?
I'm just
like a
grab one.
It's like a Pez dispenser.
All right, I'm gonna grab one.
All right, it's like a draft.
Yep.
2.
All right.
Get 6.
That's a good pull.
3. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's
Wait,
let's get some more
going,
down there.
yeah.
Oh yeah, gotta get.
Get in there, Lukas. Oh, there it goes.
All right, this one's
4.
BB-8 representing up top.
4.
Oh man, I'm feeling Vader. I'm feeling it.
No.
BB-8 up front.
No, Vader's over
in
here.
the back.
Making my deck. How many got? All right, one more.
3, 4, 5. 5 each.
Let's get this guy.
I'm gonna go
5, 6, and
real
Zach
crazy here.
on 6. All right, so you guys are going to get to start cracking these packs. We're going to get
I can't
cameras
tell you how excited I am right now.
moving around and catching the excitement in the cards as they show up. Also on the table, you'll see these are our Saga tokens compatible with Destiny. So those are from us. Those are not Fantasy Flights. These are ours. You can find those on our website. And then we're also working on some products to make this opening experience even better. So check those out.
Sets.
We're going to be doing some sets of Destiny in case you are not a random
They
pack
don't like
opener.
to, you know.
But
rip them open like
if
it's
you're
Christmas
that kind of
morning.
person, maybe you want to skip ahead to the deck building because we're about to bust into these. So Zach,
That said, I want to note on
Do
this
it.
pack, there's a nice little slot right here, which. So I've played games where the packs are really hard to open.
That's true. Look at
This
that.
one is not.
We try to make it as easy as possible.
Just
for you.
give me the
And
juice.
one thing about it that's cool. So pack opening, and you immediately see the die. It looks like I got a Tuscan.
Ooh, a Tuscan Raider. I'm actually
Tuscan Raider
super
with
amped
yellow
about
die.
that.
Ooh.
Look at that. Look at that. My nice little
so
cardboard
get rid of
insert
this.
there.
And it's nice. You got the Starfield printed on the little holder here, cardboard.
All right, and so then
Tuscan.
you roll it in. We've got the Tuscan Raider. Go ahead and set that down for us,
So
would you?
that's a nice pull.
I'm actually interested in the Tuscan Raider more than
Tuscan Raider ability. After you activate this character, you may discard a card from your hand to resolve one of its character or upgrade dice.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's
So roll,
nice. It's
discard,
immediate. It's very
immediately roll.
fast. All right,
All right, let's
cool.
see what else I got. Dug in. Nice little card here. Oh, man. Mos
that
Eisley
Battlefield?
Spaceport.
Oh, so the Battlefield's in there too, of course. I
What?
guess that
Return
makes
one
sense.
upgrades and play to your hand and gain a resource.
Oh, not
Yeah,
kinda
bad.
useful,
Pretty
you
good for Jedi
Use it with
robes. and
Jedi
those kinds
robes,
of
commonly,
things. Yeah.
things like
Heroism.
Heroism. These cards
Occupation.
look really good too. I gotta say, I think
Very
these
nice.
are better than the ones that we had been using.
Right, yeah.
Because we got some early copies.
It was the
and-
print-on-demand stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
that looks so good.
Well, there you go.
These are
First
great.
pack,
They do
Tuscan.
look great.
All right, guys,
Nailed
let's
it.
From our
start
graphic
busting these
design
packs
team.
open. If
All right,
anything
specifically.
interesting happens, I will.
All right,
Let's see what
let's see what I
Lukas
get.
gets on the dive here. Yellow as well.
Ooh,
What do we got?
blaster.
Ooh,
Heavy
what kind of
blaster
blaster is
here.
it? It's a heavy
that's
blaster?
blaster.
Yep.
That's the DH.
Wait,
dude.
this is Hans?
It's Hans gun.
Yep.
What is
It's
that?
gonna start going. I
DL44
can't wait.
heavy blaster
DL44
pistol.
heavy blaster pistol.
So it has ambush, and after you play this upgrade,
I'm
force an
away.
opponent to choose and remove a die. So
Oh, I
get out
love
here.
this thing.
Get out
Hey,
here.
you want to
Tuscan
know
Raider.
something awesome that would go with my non-unique guy?
What just happened?
What?
Legendary Captain.
Oh, Captain Phasma,
man.
legendary pulling
Phasma.
perps.
Ooh.
You pulling
looks like,
perps
it looks like
already?
you're going dark side.
Was
You're
there
going
ever a
dark side.
question?
goodness.
Oh, man.
Oh,
So
man.
good, so good.
I also got the uncommon in here, Fight Dirty, which is one of my favorite cards in this set. You get to remove any number of your yellow dice and deal damage to a character equal to the number of dice you removed. So you can just go heavy on the cheap dice,
Killer.
get a bunch of yellows.
That'd be good with
throw 'em into
Zach's
your
Tuscan.
pool,
Perhaps
finish
you guys
somebody off.
would trade.
Oh,
at
we
some
will see.
point.
Yeah.
My uncommon here was Abandon All Hope, which I've heard is an okay card.
Yep, that's not a bad card.
No.
I'm gonna guard my resources very
Hey,
closely.
you need a purple now, Lucas.
Yeah, you really need a legendary
I
now.
do. I'm falling
Let's see if I can
behind.
get
All
another
right,
legendary.
let's see if I can get something.
Show me the money.
Yep. All right.
Hey, Zach's a pro pack opener.
You are.
What
do we got? What do we
Looks
got?
like
Is it a flamethrower?
something with a flame. Yeah, we got a flamethrower, yellow. Go with that Tuscan theme.
Woo, Tuscan
Man.
Phasma deck coming together, man. Let's see this flamethrower. Special symbol, deal 1 damage each up to 3 different characters, as you might expect. from
Watch
a
out. Oh, it's
flamethrower.
got a 4.
It's got a 4 damage for a resource.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ridiculous.
nice.
All
Is
right.
that a
Well,
Night
I
Sister?
see your flamethrower, and I have a Night Sister here.
Oh,
These are pretty
man.
sweet.
Tell me what the Night
It's a good
Sister
character.
does.
So it has an action on it that allows you to re-roll a die, any die, and deal 1 damage to
So
her. after
permanent
doing
dice
so.
control on both sides
Permanent
of the
dice
board.
control.
Well,
That's
until
right.
she's
Until
off
she's
the board.
Yeah,
which
until she runs out of health.
she
but-
helps to accomplish that, I'm sure.
I also have an all-in, which allows you to resolve any number of dice in your pool in the order of your choice. Then I got a couple more yellow
that's
cards
fantastic.
here. So I'm feeling the yellow love.
Yeah, look at these yellow cards.
Not
That's a
bad.
stack of
Flying,
yellows.
flying and weight.
Gorgeous.
And disarm.
Wow, awesome.
Well,
All
to
right.
go with all my beautiful dark side cards.
All right.
You got it
You ready
right
for
there.
this? I got some Jedi robes.
Oh,
classic Jedi.
Hey,
That's
there
exactly
you
what
go.
I was after.
I can get 2 of those.
Yeah.
Lucas is trying to
big
push
cards
you
here.
over here.
That's right. Next, you're going to draw a Comlink. Feel it.
Oh, dang.
Hey,
Oh, Leia?
Leia. All right. Oh, man. I'm being torn in 2 different directions now. So Leia has an action to remove her die to re-roll up to 2 of your other dice. So it's kind of a
very
nice,
helpful, nice. And a
support
1/2/2 on the damage.
And a
That's
1/2/2 on the
super
damage.
strong.
3 damage sides on her die,
Really
which
solid.
is very strong. Also a focus result. I also have an Enrage here, which is a great card. Here's a card that
Endless
is
Ranks.
fantastic.
Tell me about Endless Ranks, because
So
in your
good.
interview, you said specifically about recursion being an issue
Yes.
that was to be avoided. And yet here we have...
This isn't recursion. This is returning characters to play.
Oh,
You know, it's not like you're going to be able to play the character over and over and over
Right,
again. This
right,
is, you know, this is just return a character that is defeated to play.
So as opposed to like
it's not going to
looping
be
items
It's
in
not
and
going to be
out.
looping
And it
cards
costs
to play
5.
over and over again. It does cost 5. This is a powerful card. Thus, you will have to pay a lot of resources to actually.
I've
play.
wondered often if I should be running these in the decks that I make. And it always starts out in, and then it's like, this card is useless, this card is useless. And then one game, it's like, this card is
It
exactly
can
what
win
I
you the
need
game
right now.
It can win you the game.
And also, like, until a red character dies, it's useless.
That's true.
It is,
Yeah,
right.
it's
So
nothing.
So if
I don't like holding cards.
I
in
don't
this
like
game.
those. I don't
All right,
know.
show me another pack.
That's why you
All right,
can always
for my
discard
next,
to
my
reroll.
next rare? You know what would go very conveniently with all of this?
More Jedi robes.
How about we go ahead and get General Grievous up in here?
Oh, no
Grievous.
way.
Rare.
Grievous.
Hey,
Prequels, here we come.
Show me
You have
Grievous.
some
Show
really
me Grievous.
interesting.
All right,
options
General
here.
Grievous here. Oh, look at that die. 2 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage for a resource. Before an opponent's character is defeated, I can move one of their non-ability upgrades to this character.
I like that.
I will add it to my collection.
I got a pretty nice little die here.
Oh,
so
no!
Holocron.
There's been a lot of discussion about
There
this
has been a
die
lot of
right
Sith
now.
Holocron discussion. So
Nice little zero-cost upgrade that you can use to get out your bigger abilities like Mind Depress
And
or
here's
Force
the
Throw.
thing about Holocron: 2 blanks. So like
blanks.
that's a lot of blanks.
Yep, but 2
and-
specials
Yeah,
on
and the
it
2
as well.
specials, and you can switch it with a blue ability upgrade in your hand, and then you can spend a resource to roll it immediately into your pool. So that's a pretty strong card. But
It is a strong
it's
card.
very specific to these blue abilities that you're going to want, like Mind Probe and stuff like that, right? So all right, well that puts you in one direction again.
Mind
It
Probe
does.
is in that
It
Kylo
does.
starter. if you go
Mind
for that.
Probe is in the starter.
You ready for my
Exactly.
next
your
one?
final?
That's my final. It's hilarious. You know what goes great with Grievous and Phasma?
What?
Tell me.
BB-8.
BB-8, hey! All right, you got BB-8 and Jedi
Saw
robes.
me roll.
You can double down on those guys.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at that.
You could say that. Isolation.
And a strong isolation pull there.
Oh, another Night Sister.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting. I could start running some heavy
You
control
see a
with these
Kylo
two
double
right here.
Night Sister deck here.
Yeah, another Fight Dirty with some isolation,
another
Feel Your
isolation.
Anger, and Cannon Fodder.
All right.
Isolation is a great card. It's
This is one of
very
the
useful.
just the standards in
Yep.
the game for
Spot
sure.
a blue character, remove a character die.
So Zach, you're
that
done
goes
over
well
here,
with
yeah?
I
my
am.
sister.
I'm Dunsky's.
You might want
I
to start
got one
organizing
more.
your colors.
Oh, man,
Let's see
I
if
got a
Lucas
lot.
can get a purple here.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't gotten a legendary yet. Come on, come on.
It should be easy, right?
Ah, no
What'd you get?
legendary, but I did get Akbar.
Oh, Akbar.
It's a
Admiral
I think
trap.
I've seen him
Yep,
before.
Yep. So he has 2 resources on his die.
That's important.
As a character, that is very strong. And his ability is after an opponent plays or discards the last card from their hand, they choose and deal 2 damage to one of their characters.
That's right.
So,
So
he
you
kind
could
of
go
plays into a little bit
discardy,
more of a discard strategy.
which actually works somewhat well with Ray out of the starter, right?
Yep,
'Cause
she does have a discard on
symbol.
her die, so that's not a bad option.
Okay,
And,
so you guys-
I do have some.
You guys
More
have
red
the
support with
option
Leia.
now. Now, to be everybody at home should understand that's 12 packs of how many are in the box? 36.
36,
So this
yeah.
is a third of what comes in the box right here.
Yeah.
You've got 6 die each. Now let's
You know what that also means to me?
What's
there
that?
are 5 more legendaries in here.
Oh,
on
yeah?
average.
There are.
There's about 1 every
Yeah.
6 packs, and so that means out
There's
of the next
a
12.
lot
So
more
that
good
box
stuff
is
in there.
loaded.
This is
So I'm gonna
loaded.
take
It is a
that
loaded
one
box.
home.
That's the one you want.
So let's talk about what's going through your head right now. Now you have access to either starter, either Ray or Finn. Both of you guys know pretty well what's in those starters, I would presume at this point. Where are you leaning right now, Zach? So the dice that you have BB-8. You have a strong dark side, as you might imagine. You've got Tuscans, you've got Phasma, you've got a Flamethrower, you've got Grievous, and then these Jedi Robes and BB-8. Not 100% exciting on
They're
the
not really-
strength of what they can bring here.
Yeah, basically, I got 2 really strong dark side
I
characters.
think you probably have to run Phasma, right?
Uh,
You don't have to, but
So
it is purple.
in the starter, you get a 7-cost Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
And a Kylo, who I think is 10 and 13.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
So I'm going to be trying to spend 30 points.
Absolutely.
Step 1. So that's 20. That leaves me 10 open. I basically can downgrade to a single Kylo and add one of these guys.
How much is a Tuscan? Oh, Tuscan's 9. Ooh, that's actually pretty serious. And then you have Grievous at 13, 18. A double die Grievous 18, probably because that double 3 damage to the end of the game.
Wait, and half of his results are heavy
That's
damage.
true, yeah.
So I'm probably ultimately my first thought here depends. You got lots of stuff I like over there. I think the 2 lines for me are like Phasma with a Tuscan and a Stormtrooper.
Does that work?
So,
Let's see.
Yeah. So 12 plus 9 is 21 plus 7 gets me at 28.
That's
Gives me 2
28.
non-uniques. Then I have the red and yellow cards. I got some nice.
That's
nice yellows over
that's
here.
a really strong play.
The other thing that is interesting to me is single Kylo, Grievous, and a Stormtrooper. That is a lot
okay.
of just damage.
There's a lot of people
around.
on the board.
And that gives me red and blue, obviously, which are my. If you look at my stack of cards here,
Oh, yeah, a lot more reds and blues.
I did get the Flamethrower, but at the same time, I have 3 yellow cards total.
Yeah, and that's only one
It's not a
Flamethrower.
whole lot.
So yeah, so you probably have a
not
lot more
many.
consistency in the red and blue stacks, especially because that's what comes in the starter as well, right? Red and
Plus,
blue.
lightsabers.
Yeah, that's true.
Stealing his
So,
upgrades is really.
I think Grievous makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree.
I like Grievous here.
I agree with.
Lucas, what are you thinking?
Well, I definitely got a little bit more dark side support than light side support. I did get 2 red light side characters with Leia and Admiral Akbar, and they actually work pretty well together since you can run 2 Leia and 2 Akbar die. However, since the starter is actually blue-yellow on the light side, I'd really be stuck with these 4 red cards to support them. Other than the neutral reds that I have, which while double field medic is really strong since you can heal 2 damage from characters,
And you have double dice
and
here.
I also have
and you
double
got
dice,
2.
but I can't really run double dice with them yet, so I need to pull more of them. So I think that is a deck in process.
That's
like
kind of-
I'd be looking to pick up a couple more pieces before I put that together, but. Having 2 Night Sisters I can just run out onto the table with a Kylo Ren, I think is really strong, and so that's definitely where I lean, especially with a Sith holocron to support it.
Yeah,
and try
that
to
makes
get out
sense.
the Mind Probe.
All right, so you guys have some ideas formulated. Is there any trades that would make this easier for anybody involved? Because as we know, one of the
hero
good things
cards
about
that are basically
collectible games, you sit around the table, you open your packs together, and then you might want to play a certain way. Lucas might want to play a certain way, depending on what you get. Can you basically enhance each other's options?
What sort of
help each other out?
what sort of blue cards did you get over there?
Well,
Particularly, and you guys are both going dark side.
We
at
are
this
both
point,
going
right?
dark side, that's
so
right.
these 4 light side cards are going to not get to see much. We've got pulling the strings, abandon all hope to service the Force, isolation, couple of personal escorts.
Tactical mastery.
Tactical mastery, which
Yep,
Zach will
tactical
never
mastery
trade.
is nice.
Sure.
Well, if you're thinking about running a Stormtrooper deck, you might be interested in the Enlist ranks. I have a feeling.
Yeah, but when you know I've got it, do you even kill the Stormtrooper?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I save him for last. It's possible. But then you can keep your high-profile targets on the table.
And so you're looking for blue cards
I'm looking
only
for some
here
blue
at this
cards.
point.
That's right. Yeah, because I'm going to try to just get rid of the red cards.
I think you should try to grab this isolation from Zach.
You know how hard
that's
that's
what I
going
was
to be to
gonna-
get for me? Look at that card.
I know,
That
but
card's so good.
yeah, it's 1, and this is 5. This is 5
Yeah, that's the
resources.
problem.
This is like
That takes
5
forever to
times
play.
as good.
Oh,
What is
is that how that math
isolation?
works?
That's how that math works. That's how we balance
Uncommon
stuff.
for a common here, right? I mean,
That's
is that,
right.
is that what we're looking at?
I mean, I don't even know if I'd trade straight up 1 for 1, to be honest. I mean, this is
Whatever
an
you do, don't
uncommon.
trade with this guy.
This is a fantastic card.
It's fantastic.
I think you should do this trade, or
In fact, I also got a logistics.
Are we sweetening the deal?
Which is really good. Well, again, I might want to abandon all hope in here too. Then it actually evens up the colors.
Man.
Uncommon and
That
common
doesn't-
for
this
uncommon,
does
common.
seem
But
very fair.
logistics
Are you
gives
kin
you
to
some.
Han? Are you kin to Han Solo?
Seems very fair.
Logistics gives you resource acceleration, and if there's one thing that's important in this game, it's resource acceleration.
Speaking of resource acceleration, let's just take a look over here at some cards.
Sure.
Oh,
Feel your anger.
pillaging.
Look, he already has an isolation. I can't trade this man in isolation.
Well, I don't know.
He's
I
got
think,
the Night Sisters. How does the Night Sister ability read?
Yeah, so I can reroll a die and then I deal 1 damage to them.
Does it include my dice?
It does. Yeah.
I think you
It
should.
does.
I think you should push for that trade right there. I think that's a totally fair trade. What do we think?
2 for 1.
What do you think, Lucas? Are you okay with that?
I don't know. That's giving up a lot.
Can I see?
Everybody
You wanna
should feel like
see- you wanna see
everybody should
some of my
feel
other
like
cards?
they are
I wanna
not
see
getting
a
what they
yellow
want for a
card.
good
Yellow
trade.
cards? All right. There's some good yellow cards in there.
Oh, building a deck in the future, huh?
Nope. Here's what I want to do.
Oh, there's a plan formulated
Yeah,
here.
he's going to see if we can get that Tuscan Raider into it.
That's right. So here's what I want to do. I want to ultimately run a Phasma Tuscan Stormtrooper deck, which means I would have no use for blues at all.
True. So maybe
These
yeah.
Oh, here it is.
and
So you want all my yellows?
I do want all of those yellows, and I also want to see your red cards.
All right. I have no use for the red cards.
This
so
was
you can
literally
see 'em.
my childhood, by the way. Literally, this exact thing.
All right, here's what I want.
All right.
I want all of your yellows and all of your reds
For all of your blues.
for all of my blues.
What battlefields did you get? You got 2 of the spaceport.
You can easily part with one of those.
I got a Jedi Temple.
That Jedi Temple is
Which
sweet
is
too.
pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
Might actually run that one. So I don't know if I have use for your spaceports. How about I do it, but you have to throw in the nowhere to hide and the flank.
Fair trade.
Deal.
All right.
Fair trade. We've done it.
All right.
Boom. So reds and yellows go to Zach. Blues and neutrals go to Lucas.
All right. I like
All right.
that.
So now let's dive into a little bit of deck building. Let's go ahead and grab your starters.
See which one I
choose your
got.
favorite.
Don't need this one.
Kylo and Kylo.
Yeah,
And
we
the
will
other
need
Kylo.
2
We got an extra Kylo
for the
coming
dark
in.
side.
Here.
That's right.
Flying in.
Oh, here it is. Kylo on the fly
right.
there.
Let's get those out of here.
All right, so busting those open. So if you guys haven't seen these starters yet, we did unbox those on our channel, so you can catch both the Kylo and Rey unboxing on other videos. You can find all the cards that these guys are about to bust into. We already kind of know the cards, so we're not going to spend a lot of time looking at them, but that is available if you want to see that. And now
I'm
we have
really
some,
happy about that trade because
some-
I didn't want to run Kylo.
Right.
Grievous.
we have some
Right.
really
Stormtrooper
exciting
is coming.
developments.
Yeah, I think your deck's going to be pretty interesting
This
here.
is
But
Phasma.
I'm also happy with that trade because I have a lot of powerful blue stuff on my side.
It's going to basically be a
And if I have
battle
the Force
of...
on my side, how can I lose?
Yeah, the dark side Force versus the dark side
not how the Force
scraps,
works.
basically. I mean, it's like the Phasma Tuscan Raider Stormtrooper going up against something like Night Sisters and Kylo is just, that's pretty cool.
Well, and this is the Kylo deck, so there's a lot of good blue cards.
There
I
are.
just pitched
There
on
are.
the river.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
true. That
because-
you are not going to be using.
It's true.
Let's see if we can get
All right, so
30
bust
good
them
cards in
open.
your
Lay
deck.
that starter deck out a little bit, and then tell me the swaps that you're going to be making.
Yeah.
We'll make some quick
I'm definitely
swaps.
going to grab all the blue cards out of here first and the neutrals.
Yeah.
And
And then your
we'll
Night
go
Sisters are
in.
going in too, eh?
Yeah. And don't need the red cards.
So you're going to be at.
I should have waited on that
16,
trade.
19. You're going to be at 29 points. That's a pretty solid.
It is. It's a
deck there
pretty
with the starter.
solid point total. So,
Look at that, and the theme there, Lucas.
Yep.
That's
Kylo
So,
Ren
Lucas.
flanked by 2 Night Sisters.
if you want to make our decks even stronger,
That's right.
I'm going to propose a trade again,
All right.
which is I have a bunch of blue cards I'm not using.
You do. And I have a couple of red cards that I'm not using.
Let me see.
like a
Let
reasonable
me see which
trade.
blue cards I'm willing to.
Get rid of.
I'm not giving that.
The
Mind
ones that
Probe.
you want to get rid of, though, I might not want.
Why don't you just do a full swap?
Well, that's bad.
Why
for
not?
me.
Why not?
That sounds good. You know, I think that's.
Why not make some great decks
fair.
here? I love this,
All right,
honestly.
let's get these
Truly
two
love the
Kylos.
pickup of the Tuscan Raider. So again, we have essentially Captain
That's very
Phasma,
solid,
whose
too.
ability is that each non-unique character gains Guardian with 2 non-uniques that Zach has pulled here, the Tuscan Raider and the First Order Stormtrooper. So that is a really available deck kind of right out of starters and a couple of boosters. And then Lucas,
I'm
using
definitely
Kylo
gonna-
from the start and grabbing some Night
Yeah, I'm
Sisters.
definitely going to start with my double enrage because that gives me resource acceleration and the Sith Holocron.
Obviously,
However,
yeah,
sadly, the enrage is a little bit weaker in this deck build because I'm going to be using the Night Sisters
Yes.
to damage themselves to reroll some dice. So
so you're
I
gonna be
will
laying
want
all
to.
the damage
Yeah,
on your side.
I'm going to
of the
have a
board.
ton of damage coming in just from
like-
my own cards.
I feel like
But
isolation probably is going in there, yeah.
isolation is definitely going in there for sure.
And you ended
Fantastic
up
card.
with 2 of those, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Here's
So I have 2
and these are the
isolation.
yellows and reds of yours, right? Or did we not
I
trade
got-
these?
Oh, this is the light side ones.
However, I do
yeah.
have some damage mitigation here with Hidden in Shadow. It has an action. It's an upgrade ability I can put on a character. If attached character has no shields, exhaust this upgrade to give it 1 shield.
Oh, that's
so
really
gonna,
nice.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help me out and potentially keep my Night Sisters going a little bit longer.
Now, if you deal a damage with a Night Sister to itself, does shield soak that up?
They do.
Okay.
Yep.
It's anytime damage is done,
Anytime
right?
they're taking damage, unless it's unblockable, the shields will soak that damage. I'll definitely be
Perfect.
using all of the dice cards that I can get because I like
That
having
is what I'm
cards
looking
that
at.
provide
My
dice.
math is bad.
Yeah, Zach had said anywhere between essentially kind of 12 to 14 is kind of the magic number for dice available cards. We probably won't be able to hit that with a smaller card pool,
I'm nowhere close.
but we can try.
That's true. So I guess you need to trade for my TIE Fighter and F-11D right
Yeah, maybe that would be worth
and
having.
if you have your neutral,
And you want the grenades too, huh?
I do.
All right.
That would actually be really handy against
How
this
about
board.
how about you give me the Mind Probe for those cards?
Oh, that's so good. You got to do it.
right.
You got to do it.
I have no choice.
All right,
Man,
mine.
if you holocron that mind probe,
And
it's
I
going to
do.
be bad.
Yep. Now that gives me extra chances to get it with the Holocron. So I like that.
And you guys are building 30 card decks here, so everybody keep in mind this is 30 card decks. You can have a maximum of 2 of any card in that deck. And there's been a lot of confusion, and Lucas, I'll allow you to clear some of this up too, about can I have more than 2 of any given starting character? So could you run 3 Night Sisters, for instance?
could.
Or 4
Yep,
Stormtroopers?
yep, you could.
The
Yep,
answer is
there's
yes.
no
That
limit there.
limitation is only on the 30 card draw deck. It does not apply to your starting character board. So you could indeed, at 7 cost, run 4 Stormtroopers and
Mm-hmm.
have a deck that a lot of us out there really do want to experiment with and try to play.
Right.
So 30 card decks, 2 of any card, and even if it's unique, you can only have 1 unique thing on the board of the same
That's
name,
correct.
but you can run 2 in your deck. So that's not a big deal. And Lucas, are you a run 2 or bust kind of guy? Because that's where I am. Zach and I fight about this all the time.
As far as 2 character dice.
Do you always run
Or 2 of every card.
Do you have one
No.
ofs in your deck?
No, yeah, I definitely have one ofs. Yeah, for sure.
He's running one ofs. You agree with one ofs as well, don't you?
Yeah. I think it's
Especially
nice
unique
to have
cards.
a couple of high impact cards, that you just throw in 1 copy of, and
Just in case.
just in case sometimes
All
you
right,
need 'em.
I'll believe it.
I shouldn't have given you that second grenades. I kind of regret that. Actually. In hindsight.
That's why you got to deal real fast.
This
Yeah.
is the beauty of trading. All right, what are you looking at over here, Zach?
So basically, I grabbed all the cards that have dice for me, which are these.
Okay.
That's the first thing I'm looking at, right?
So you have 7 total cards that are adding dice
Yep.
to your dice pool in some
The
way.
second thing I'm looking for are cards that remove dice.
Yeah. So dice control cards.
Any dice control that I have access to, I'm putting here, and then other good cards I'm putting here.
Okay.
And this is kind of my priority when I'm deck building: is step 1, dice, ways to manipulate Lucas
The
and
dice.
my dice.
Yeah, once you have
Things
them.
that do cool stuff, and we'll see where I get. But right now,
So this is kind of right in line with the deck building video
Yeah,
of yours,
absolutely.
which is essentially, get the dice, control the dice, and then play to theme. Now, you're not going to be able to play to theme all that well because you have a very limited card pool here. So you might just be throwing all the scraps in that you can just to get to 30 cards.
absolutely.
As we often do in like limited, like draft and sealed formats. That sometimes
all
that's
right,
the case.
Lucas.
Lucas,
Yeah.
however, is looking very synergistic.
Did I leave you with the red cards from your starter?
You did. I have a best defense left. And I could really use some more dice in my deck. So
You want to?
How many are
what
you at
about
over there, Lucas?
what about an immobilize or something for it?
You're what?
I'm at
8? You have 8?
Five.
Wait.
do
The reds are
5.
gone.
Yeah.
You have 5. Yeah. That's
I
fair.
got 5.
I think. Would you trade me the best defense for infantry grenades?
Oh, I would definitely. Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
All right.
I feel like it balances out.
Yeah,
We
that
have
feels
similar
good.
numbers of
Unless you just want to give me the lightsaber instead.
Lights.
And then you
Oh,
can keep
okay.
the
Yeah.
infantry
Yeah.
grenades yourself.
Lightsaber is what you want?
Yeah.
I'll trade you that.
All right.
That's totally fair.
All right.
That's
so
a
I
good
got
trade.
2
Now we both have
lightsabers.
dice.
Yeah, you
That's
guys are
right.
both
A load of
happy.
dice.
Yeah.
Two
It's mutually
lightsabers,
beneficial
2
trading.
mind
Do you have
pearls,
anything else you can
so
trade me?
Holocron, immobilize.
It's worth trading?
I mean, I have
Because I have
neutrals.
this gem
I do
right
have
here.
neutrals.
This immobilize. I
You
hear that
do.
card's pretty
Oh
okay.
man, you
do.
gotta
You know what
want
I mean?
that immobilize.
I do kind of want that immobilize.
Make
a
me an
little
offer I can't refuse.
bit. Well,
Those aims could be pretty handy for your Phasma and
Aim
First
could
Order.
be handy for you. Aim is a little bit less useful for me, though the Night Sister does have a nice 2 range damage side on her. You
Take
might be
covers,
interested in a block, perhaps a second copy of block to
Zach,
stop
would you like
Kylo
that
from
block?
coming in.
After all of the things we've said about it. in this
In
kind of
this-
game,
in
it
this
can
kind
be
of
really
games.
good.
Let me. Where? How does it read?
Remove all the
all
range
dice
damage.
showing melee damage.
Oh, melee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Block is the melee. That is going to look like only Kylo.
The Night Sisters have a. No, they don't.
They don't. They shoot.
I don't like block.
Okay.
Lucas.
I also have an all-in. And
I
an
like
aim,
all in a lot.
which you might be interested in.
There it
So I'm
is.
definitely keeping the dodge.
That's what
And
you want.
how many cards do you have that show dice right now? I want to equal
I
this
have
out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll trade you immobilize for those 2 cards.
All right.
Yeah, solid.
Thank you. All right, 7.
These decks
That's
are coming
good.
together.
That's fine.
So we're looking at 7 dice cards on both sides.
Yep.
And Zach, it looks like you have what 3, 4, 5, 7 dice control cards right now. 8 dice control cards. Looks pretty solid. 8's not bad. Lucas, are you
so
controlling dice over here?
I am
do you even
controlling
care
dice.
about that?
I do care about that. Yep. So I got 2 flanks and a feel your anger, and then a dodge as well.
All right, so a
So,
little bit less.
A little bit
control,
less,
looks like.
I have 2 Night Sisters to help me out. Use the Force can also be used defensively
Absolutely,
if I need to,
yeah.
so that kind of gives me a 5th counter. But you do kind of want to look for cards that are able to disrupt your opponent.
And you've also got isolation. Let's not forget.
That's true.
It's part
I
of
also
it.
have
So you
2
guys look like
isolation,
spot
so-
on as
So
far
I feel
as
pretty good about my defensive capabilities.
Those
in this deck
ratios.
right now. With only 7 cards giving me extra dice, I'll probably be a little bit weaker on the offensive side. But I am assuming that my opponent will also be a little bit weaker on the offensive
Safe
side.
assumption.
So I'm gonna start, kind of turtling in for the long.
all right.
The long haul.
Beautiful.
Let's see how
So
many cards I actually end up.
this is essentially where we are, guys. We are going to let these guys finish up, put the finishing touches on their decks. We'll give you a rundown of where all that landed at the next video, which is where both of them will show the decks and then play a game of Star Wars Destiny. Super exciting stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Catch us on part 2 of this video.